Have it recorded. This sound that you... So they done that on 2 occasions. So let's have it recorded. This sound that you... This is how I was shouted at and verbally abused through my living room wall after my neighbours had stood outside my home banging on my door and shouting. Somebody called the police visited our homes. They said to me that I should turn my music on and they will go next door and they will come back to me if they can hear my music in the house next door. The police didn't come back to me. Later on, I walked across my living room. There was some shouting. I walked over to my desk, turned down my music. This is what was going on. Here he is again. 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 Tell you what. Tell you what. Keep doing it and I'll call the police. It's that simple.
What?
I said keep doing it and I'll call the police. Pardon?
What?
Bye.
What?
Go back to your house.
What?
Go back to your house, love.
What?
Stop begging attention. Stop begging attention. Alright. Alright. Why are you trying to get into my house? Why are you actually doing that?
Turn your fucking music off.
No.
Turn your
No.
music off.
It is off.
You can't fucking-
Tough. Goodbye.
What?
Goodbye.
Turn your fucking music off.
Goodbye.
Piece of shit. Go back to the fucking council.
I didn't come from a council estate.
Come here.
I didn't come from a council estate. My people own their houses. My people own their houses. Why are you upset? Because you can't sell your house. Are you upset because you can't sell your house to here? Go away, you pest. You dirty, scummy pest. You're a scumbag. You're a pest. Go away. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came. For heaven's sake.
What's going on?
I videoed the man banging continuously.
What, banging on your door?
Banging on my door continuously. The other day he was banging on the window. They didn't come to the door. Now the lady, apart from that, she's on the doorstep saying, you racist, Islamophobic bully. I haven't even had a conversation. I don't know what that's about. Do you understand? So
Yeah, do you mind if we
just said
just
to him,
come across the street?
yeah, I've just said to him, at the end of the day, I was going to call you. I video recorded him doing all of that.
What, banging on your door?
Yeah, banging on the door
Right.
like he's going to smash the door. So I've just said to him, literally, if you keep doing that, I'm going to call the police. He's just calling names.
Did you have music on?
Yeah, I think
Loudly?
Not very loudly.
Do us a favour,
I've
press
just
play.
gone in. Oh, it's on. Like, it's on already. And deliberately, this is where the speaker resides, yeah? I take it off of there so that it's not on the wall right about now. Like,
We'll
it's
tell them
nothing
that it's at
for
an
them.
acceptable level.
Yeah, because it's
And that
nothing
who's not to come to your door
against them.
again.
It's nothing
It needs
against
to,
them.
unfortunately, it does need to stay at an acceptable level. I can't tell you what an acceptable level is. That's not really a police matter. That's more for the council to deal with.
And
I will speak. Unfortunately, living in London, we all live on top of each other. I live in London. You can hear your neighbours. If my neighbour has the rugby on too loud, I can hear him cheering and I can hear the rugby. Like, it is just the way it is when you live on top of each other in a city.
Yeah. So have they called you?
No,
They
they
haven't
didn't.
told us no. To be fair, it's a random person
I
driving
can
past
imagine, right,
from the shouting.
because there was bang. This is what I'm
We
saying.
don't. To be fair, we don't even know if this is the same call.
No, I can only assume
I
it is.
wouldn't be surprised because, to be honest, when they were banging on the window the other day.
Were you shouting back at them
No.
tonight?
No.
Like telling them to go away?
No, only just now because he's banging so much louder that I don't want him to smash that glass. So I've gone there and I've said, if you carry on doing that, I'm going to call the police. He's gone, what?
Right.
And so because he's acting like he can't hear me, I've just stepped away because I know for a fact they're trying to get me to. They've been calling me out of the house, telling me, come out.
Have they ever knocked before to ask you to turn stuff down?
A long time ago.
Right.
Like, well, actually, basically this year they went on holiday, and so when he came back, it was like 7 o'clock or something, and he's come and said, can I turn it down because his kids have got jet lag. So that's how that is. But they've been playing music exceptionally loud earlier. I've not said anything. Do you understand? It's not a. They seem to feel like if I play music, now they've got to play music and play it louder. It's not any of that. And they understand, they know that I'm not well. So they know that sometimes, like, if there's building works going on, I'm going to turn on music or whatever.
Right, what we're
it's
gonna
not of
do
dispute.
about what's happened today is we are gonna put on a report for a neighbour dispute. These things happen all the time.
Mhm,
People
right.
fall out over
And that's what I feel like they want. because
music.
That's what it
Well,
is.
we have to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What I would recommend is if they're bothering you, contact your council. Let the council know. It's the council's job to deal with things like noise complaints and antisocial behaviour.
Oh, okay. So
which
then
is-
banging is antisocial, because that banging.
If that's
is not
how
a
you
joke.
feel, then yes,
Yeah, of
antisocial
course.
behaviour
Banging
is
the
defined on
window.
if you feel it is antisocial. If you feel that is interrupting your life, then yes.
Banging on my window,
But the
definitely.
same. But I'm going to tell them exactly the same
Yeah,
thing.
no,
If they feel that
yeah.
your music
Yeah,
is
then
interrupting their
that's
life, but they need to do it appropriately. They need to go through the council.
Seriously.
I'm not saying that if my neighbour was playing stuff too loud, I would go and knock
And knock
because
on the
that's
door,
the
is that-
appropriate first
Thank
step.
you. Thank you.
Knock on the door. Could you turn it down, please? And you do that a couple of times. And if the person is that ignorant that they're not going to turn it down,
No, I've turned
then
it down.
then it's fair to go to the council.
Yeah. Warning, there is a sound of loud machinery being used coming up. How this rose looks like it's growing on an aqualegia stem. Funny to me. I've made this video because on the 14th of July 2022 at 2:45 I walked into the garden where I was doing some gardening and I noticed the rose, and I noticed that the rose looks like it's growing on an aqualegia stem because the aqualegias were growing in the same pot as the rose, and it fascinated me. I like it, so that's why I took the video. That's why I done the video of it. But in the background of that video, you can hear a power tool being used. So as I said, on the 14th of July 2022 at 2:45 p.m, I took a video of a plant in my garden. In the background, you can hear some contractors who were contracted by my landlord, Phoenix Community Housing. Now, my landlord, Phoenix Community Housing, has since sent me a notice of seeking possession, saying that accusing me of doing drilling at some times. To be honest, I was so depressed I haven't read it fully, but all I know is that 2 weeks ago in October 2022, someone was in my neighbour's house and they were doing some drilling, and it seems like the drilling was in my living room. When I was in my living room, when I was in my bathroom or my kitchen, there was drilling and there was banging. There was some drilling works, just like a few seconds of drilling and some tapping on the wall, some banging on the wall. And that went on for, I don't know, a period of time of that day. So obviously, you know, I've been taunted by my neighbour and her friends already. So I know that is just a pattern of their behaviour or something that they do. Particularly as over the past few months, I've been tortured and taunted. There's just been some problems. People have been just called, you know, there's been a problem, a pattern of their abusiveness. So I have now received a notice of seeking possession saying that I was doing drilling and that I've been banging. And the thing is, when that neighbour 2 weeks ago was doing that drilling and banging, I didn't make a complaint. I knew that I was being taunted. I knew that they were trying to wind me up, but I didn't make a complaint to my landlord saying that, because I know that there's racism involved, and I know I have experience of what they've done to me and how they've treated me. So it's stupid for me to get a notice of seeking possession about drilling and building when, to be honest, that's not illegal to do drilling and building. If I had have been doing any drilling and building, I wouldn't have been doing anything wrong. If I was doing any drilling and building in the daytime, I wouldn't have been doing anything wrong. So why would I be getting a notice of seeking possession for drilling and banging and things like that? What, like fixing up the home that they can't even be bothered to fix up? I wasn't doing that. And even if I had been doing that, I wouldn't have been breaking any laws and causing any problem. So that's really wrong. And I feel, again, racially harassed. And if it isn't based on racism, what? Because I'm disabled then? Or because I don't have a job? But they know full well that the housing conditions I'm living in and the reason why I can't even get out of the house now. Why, even if I do, by the time I get back, I'm so exhausted. Or because I'm in this place, that's causing me health problems. So as I'm saying is, on the 14th of July 2022 at 2:45, the sounds that were coming from my house of any type of machinery, power tools being used or banging would have been the contractors that were actually hired by my landlord. So it's stupid to complain about work that you know was going on in my house that you told people to do. Yeah? And it's wrong for you to actually accuse me of doing something that you know that I have not done. But look at how beautiful the rose is, though, you know, because there are some nice things in this world and there are some nice people. And you know, I don't like making noise. But now I'm getting weaker and weaker in this little space, this small space, yeah? Weaker and weaker. So here's the sound that last time a man he climbed over the fence because he heard me going to the toilet. Because my kitchen, yeah, my kitchen and my washroom are next to each other. And next to my washroom is my neighbour's wall of her kitchen, yeah? And some man was in her house and I went to the toilet and this is what I did. Yeah, I closed the toilet lid and all of a sudden some noise started popping off from next door in my neighbour's house. Yeah, man climbed over the window, yeah, climbed over the fence, telling me about he wants to see what I look like. And then told me, God bless me. Yeah, no thank you, okay? And all because this is the sound that they heard. Me close the lid of my portable toilet. The flipping whole thing was on an unlevel floor. And me standing forward, mashing up my back. So there's no way that I was going to be going like that. Like, it hurts me. That activity, that hurts me. Been bending down, using this portable toilet for like more than 3 years. Okay, so actually sometimes, when the lid just closes like, oh God, like that, yeah? Yeah, it makes a noise. That's what it does. Doesn't mean that I'm banging, love. Don't mean I'm being malicious at all. What these are video diaries. I mean, they are diaries, written diaries of times when the water system was banged at my home. This pipe and water system has been banging. I did tell my housing association and I asked them to fix it, and they didn't really do anything about it. I have reported it to my housing association. Reported it. And they haven't done anything about it. What they did do was they actually constructed a fake case of antisocial behaviour against me, and they criminalised me, got an injunction against me under false pretences. Antisocial behaviour. That organisation anything about it. I've sent that organisation over 50 pages of diaries of when the pipe was banged and the water system was banged in my home. I'm really upset, I'm sad, depressed, and I'm just tired of this. I really would like something good done about this that stops my suffering and that makes sure that others don't suffer or keep suffering as I have suffered and am suffering. So I was thinking, yeah, look at the wood where the light is, yeah? It looks burned, right? So, automatically, when I came in here, when this happened, right, I looked on the ground, right, and I saw this newspaper. And I thought to myself, well, I don't know where that newspaper come from, because I didn't put that there, under the floorboard, right? So I was just looking at this and thinking, okay, yeah, that looks burned, isn't it? And look, there's a bit of plastic up there, yeah? I know, and there's newspaper there as well, yeah? I said, I didn't put that in there, right? Oh, sugar. That's what I'm saying, things are still vibrating. Whoa. Ah, sugar. Right, so. Right. Right, this is hurting. So there's newspaper in there, yeah, and I'm looking at the thing and it's burned, yeah. Whoa. Pardon me, excuse me, sorry. Right. So I'm thinking to myself, yeah, when someone came to fix the light, yeah, when he took it down, the plaster was all squashed together, and he said, oh, yeah, and it was sealed over. So basically it was done wrong, and the electrician wasn't best pleased with how it had been done, right? But what I'm saying to you about this newspaper is, I just picked up this piece of plaster because I've got to clean this mess up. And I'm like, yeah, because the paper looks old, isn't it? But as I picked it up, I'm like, oh, I'm going to separate this. It's all jammed in between the plaster, look at it. It's proper jammed in between, wedged in, like it's, look at it, it's caked in there. This is above the light, you know, and the light thing was burning out, and it was plastered into the plaster. It was caked into the plaster, so the light was buzzing, and so for years it's been giving me a headache, basically. So that's why it was changed, because it was giving me a headache. Like, I was just getting headaches all the time, I couldn't even turn the light on. So I've looked at this paper, I see it's all caked into the plaster, embedded into the plaster. Like, I don't know what builder or who done that or why. Especially where a light socket is fitted, yeah? And so I said, oh, because the first thing was, well, you know, what's the date of it? Out of interest, obviously. And it's like this. So, 1996, yeah? That's what it says. But why on earth, for real, yeah? Is that caked into the thing? You know, why on earth is it caked into the plaster? But yeah, that's just something that's interesting, isn't it?